Alright, let's get started. In this video, we're going to be covering Power Crush moves and what to do with them and how to do some analysis with them. So right now I have Brian as kind of my practice partner just to show you a few interesting things about Power Crush moves. So what Power Crush moves are is everyone has them, and they're a special attack that like you kind of shine white a little bit, and this basically gives you armor, in which if your opponent tries to hit you, it's just going to soak up the damage and the move is still going to complete. Every character's Power Crush is a little bit different, so that's the first thing that we're going to start looking at. So King's is a mid-hit, it's a shoulder rush. It's negative on block, but it's not punishable. Compared to Brian's, it's 4-4-2, comes out as a high attack, and we can analyze if it's punishable. 12 frame punish, it's not punishable, and we're out of range of a 10 frame. But because it's a high attack, all we have to do is kind of duck it, and it's going to go right over, and then we can score a punish that we see in there. The most generic way, though, even for against King, there's two things that while a Power Crush is activated, so basically as soon as you flash white, you enter into the special state. That special state can be canceled either with a low attack, and it can be any type of low attack, not a special mid. So this won't cancel the Power Crush, or a throw. And the really unique thing about is if you throw them during that animation, it is untechable. Meaning whatever throw you do is going to land. Now if you start a multi-throw, they're going to be able to break after that first chain, but for kind of our big throws, these then become unbreakable, and so we can get really good damage with King. We also can see, if I can time it just right, that we see that kind of stutter, and especially King's jabs moves. If we time it just in time, we will actually be able to block after doing some damage. Obviously, Brian's move is a little bit faster than others, but we're able to get that 1-2 combo off, and then we can still have enough recovery frames to fully block that damage. Or if we were versus Brian, we could get the damage, duck, and then also punish off on top of that. But other moves like down 4-2-1, for instance, aren't going to fully connect. But if we try to do any version of a throw, it's going to completely beat it. So like that was a Power Crush and that was an untechable thing, or we can just do a low, in which then it's going to score a critical hit. Against characters, we can also try to score a critical hit with down back 3, which is going to be able to do massive damage and kind of break a lot of these Power Crush moves, in which then we can bring that to a full combo. And so that's just the first example. So the first checklist is to see where the move is hitting. Is it hitting high? Is it hitting mid? To the best of my knowledge, no one has a low hitting Power Crush move. After that, you're going to then analyze, is this punishable at all? Some characters are punishable, like Hayachi's is a punishable on-block Power Crush move. Well, Brian, we see that it pushes us back a little bit, but because it's a high, we know if they're really throwing it out, we can duck and punish it from there. And then finally, I just kind of wanted to show something just really fun with Brian of just how many hits you can take. So if King kind of starts it, he's going to be able to finish that entire chain, in which you're then eating all that damage, but you're kind of frozen in place, but you're still going to complete the move, which is different than if you're in Rage. Rage, you'll probably eat only 2 of them. You pause for just a second, but then the Rage kind of goes through and deals the damage, while Power Crush, you can kind of lock your opponent in that state and try to finish up the combo as long as it's a kind of a fast moving hit. But basically that was an even trade. You can also try to trade Power Crush with Power Crush moves if you're timing it right, but King has damage of 27, which is pretty good for a Power Crush move, while some others it's going to be a lot lower damage respectively. So even if you're looking to trade, it might be beneficial. Brian deals 32 damage on it, but Jin's first move only deals 12, and so that's a positive trade of just looking at when you should be. Ooh, that was perfect time. Of like if you should try to combat a Power Crush move with your own Power Crush move. So that's all I really wanted to discuss today in this video, is just kind of Power Crush moves, and kind of going through that checklist of, let's first see if it's a high or if it's a mid, and then if it is a high, we can start ducking a lot more just to evade it, and then we can punish it. Or if on reaction we can just do down 4, if we have some space we can do down back 3, and we're to critical hit with some damage. Or if they're right in our face, because a lot of Power Crush, or some characters' Power Crush moves are very kind of in this jab range, in which then King can kind of do his jab into the command throws to interrupt Power Crush moves completely and get massive damage off of that. So if you're kind of online playing, or even just playing with friends, and you seem to be getting hit by Power Crush moves a lot, remember that you can either get 1 or 2 kind of jab pokes and then block, or you just look for a punish if it's a punishable move. And then finally, there's the throws and lows will always be Power Crush moves. So hopefully today you learned a little bit something about the Power Crush mechanic. And if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button, and we're going to see you guys next time.